Hello all my beautiful sisters from those other misters. Welcome to a different video. I am going to put makeup on my face. So I've had a few people ask me to do makeup looks and also very specifically like dedicated palette looks, like multiple looks with one palette. Now I really love that idea and it's something that I've wanted to do, and I've wanted to do it for a long time, but I don't have the time to sit down and do that. And it frustrates me with, like, you know, I've got beauty news and that takes up a lot of time with filming and most importantly editing and doing like metadata and stuff. Like a 1 hour episode of beauty news can literally take me 2 hours plus to do the metadata for. So I'm really time poor. I also look after my mum. She's not well. I have a life outside of YouTube and I have a house that needs cleaning and errands that need to be run and, you know, stuff. I have the stuff that you have as well. So I don't have time to like set up my filming setup and film every day. I'm not gonna, you know, do like 3 or 4 different looks on my eyes in one day because my eyes can get sensitive and I don't want to like do that to myself. So I need to find a happy medium. Another issue is like I do get makeup as PR and often it's 1 or 2 things and it's hard to incorporate them into a video unless it's like a favorite item basically, and then it ends up in my favorites. So I thought, why not just sit down whenever I can and film a look applying makeup, some new stuff, some old stuff, some stuff I've never used before, and just do the face thing. I don't want to call it a get ready with me because I'm not really getting ready for anything. I'm going to film after this another review and I'm going to go to Bunnings and the supermarket, but it's not really a get ready with me. It's just putting makeup on my face. I'm just putting makeup on this thing. So I'm gonna get started. If you guys have any suggestions of what I should call this series, let me know. I'm gonna start with primer. I'm actually using something that's in my project pan. It's an old item. I've had it for a long time. I never used to like it, and then I used it with the Fenty foundation and I fell in love with it. It works so well. It's the Australis Original Primer. Nice hydrating one. Just, you know, it's just a hydrating primer. And my skin's been a bit funny lately. You can probably see all of my breakouts and sadness. But my skin responds well to this one. I am going to double prime. This is something new that I picked up. It's Cover FX Blurring Primer. I purchased this because I have pore issues. And they annoy me, so I wanted to try and find a pore filling primer. I can't use the POREfessional because it breaks me out sadly, and when I tried this in Sephora, just on the back of my hand, I was pleasantly surprised with what it did for me. So I purchased it and then I used it on my face and it broke down my foundation within a couple of hours. So I don't love it, but I feel like I need to give it more of a go. Alright, I want to fix up my lips, get them all prepped and ready now for a liquid lipstick that I'm going to use. This is the Lush Black Rose Solid Lip Scrub. So Lush sent these to me, or this to me, along with another very generous Halloween gift pack. But this is essentially a solid lip scrub. Oh, it smells good. I've not used it on my lips before, so let's give it a go. Also, if I'm lisping, it's because I'm wearing my Invisalign. It is very scrubby. I like that. And it tastes sweet. Can lick it off because it's got sugar in it. And it does taste like you can taste the rose. So if you aren't really a fan of rose flavored things, personally, I'm not one of those people, not really into it. It might not be your cup of tea. However, it's not so bad that I don't think I would use it again. I think that's something that I could actually finish off. And it does leave a really soft layer of oil. So my lips feel like not only have they been scrubbed, which is great, but they feel like they're getting hydrated as well. So I don't mind that. All right, let's get on to the base. So I went to a Lancome and Clarisonic event recently. They gave us the Clarisonic brush head, the makeup brush head, which I'm going to try today. And then I have another brush as a backup, just in case I don't like the way it applies with this new foundation. So they also gave us a Tint Idol Ultra Wear stick foundation. This is in the shade 10 Beige Porcelain, so hopefully it will work for me. I have done a review and demo on this brush head. The audio is really bad, but I'm going to publish it anyway. I'm sorry. I don't really have time to refilm things. But what I'm going to do is apply this and try and blend it in with the brush head. Whoa. Something that annoys me about this brush head is that it sheds hair. I don't like this brush head with this foundation. I like it with the Fenty one, but not so much this. I'm gonna give it a go with the Tom Ford brush and just see if I can fix it up. The coverage is actually really low with this. Oh, sorry, Clarisonic. The coverage seems quite low, which is not my preference. Not with all of this redness and spots and breakout. Oh my god, look at me. I look ridiculous. Foundation feels kind of silicone-y, so it's not really setting. I must have dry skin on my forehead because it looks really scaly up close, which is a shame. Color is not right for me. It is too light. It's making me look a bit like a ghost in real life. I'm not really sure. You know what? I was gonna do another layer to build up coverage, but no, it's not a good idea. I might try and fix this with concealer, but I think right now we're about to enter the danger zone because this is another product that was in the goodie bag at the Clarisonic and Lancome event. This is the Tint Idol Ultra Wear Camouflage Concealer. This is in the shade 250 Bisque. It's a warm shade, which is good because I have those yellow undertones, whereas this, I think it's meant to be a neutral undertone, but it looks quite pink in real life on my skin. I am concerned that this concealer is going to be way too dark and it's going to look strange, but whatever, let's do it. Whoa, it's thick. Oh dear. Ho ho. I think I like this concealer, and I actually think it's potentially the right color for me, but paired with that foundation, it's just a bit like they're a bit mismatched. I've got a product here that just showed up in my letterbox one day. It's from a brand called Genie. This is cashmere powder. So it's just, you know, it's a pressed powder. It does have a little bit of a sheen to it, which is fine. I'm willing to give it a go. While I'm talking about this product, I will also mention they sent me a concealer and a kabuki brush, which I'll try today. I haven't tried that yet. They sent this concealer, which is a line smoothing concealer. Now, this is literally like my perfect skin shade. I've used this under foundation, over foundation, stuff like that. I've been trying it out. It doesn't wear well on my oily skin, which is a shame. So it's not something that I reach for every day. But what I found that I love to do with this, if I'm having a day where like I'm not wearing makeup, but I need to go to the shops and I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, holy moly, my skin looks terrible. I like to take this like under my eyes in a nice big triangle and then on my chin, around my nose and stuff. Just blend it in, set it with a little bit of powder, and it looks like my skin but better, basically. So I do really like that product. It just doesn't last on me. I only get a couple of hours of wear before it starts to like break down and chunk up. I do have oily skin, so that could be, you know, a factor for breaking down that product. Brush is shedding a little bit. That's okay. It's pretty normal for a new brush. Oh, my forehead looks freaking terrible. Yeah, this brush is, it's giving me a hard time. I'm annoyed. I feel like that concealer has lifted away from my spots. I'm gonna try and remedy this. I have to set under my eyes, but the kabuki brush is way too big for the precision that I'm after. So I'm going to use this. This is a sleek 7-piece brush set. I went to an event for Beauty Next, which takes care of brands like Sleek, The Balm, Barium, Uber Cosmetics, what else? Elf. Anyway, they gave us a very generous goodie bag, and there is a little brush set in there. I've never used Sleek brushes, but I'm going to give them a go. I washed these last night and they dried super quickly, which is great. This is just a small fluffy brush. I'm going to use it to set under my eyes. These brushes aren't bad. Well, this one, at the very least, it's nice and soft. It's synthetic, so, you know, they're going to be cruelty-free. Feels nice. Picks up product well. Seems to lay down product nicely and evenly. Alright, let's start on the eyes. So I'm going to take the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. This is just the one that I have open, and I'm using, gonna prime those eyelids. I'm gonna use a balm, or the balm palette. This is the Nude Beach palette. Did you guys know that this is, I believe anyway, my first ever the balm palette? I've never purchased any of their eyeshadow palettes before. So I've got Nude Beach here. Inside are 12 eyeshadows. I do want to use some more of the Sleek brushes. There's some eye brushes in there. I have an eyelash in my eye. But I want to use this shade here, Brilliant, to sort of set between my crease and my brow bone, and I need a large brush for it. So I'm going to use the Ray Morris No. 7 Deluxe Point Shader. I am a little bit of a brush snob. I will happily admit that. Well, maybe not happily, but I will admit that. I do have a soft spot for expensive brushes, but I also have a lot of very affordable brushes in my collection as well. So The Sleek brush, the one that I tried for setting under my eye, I would say that that is on par with some of the nicer, more affordable brushes that I've used. So like Crown is a particular brand that comes to mind, and even like some of the brushes I've purchased off eBay. So the quality of that particular brush is quite nice. I'm not too sure what I'm doing here, but I think I want to take Bright, which is sort of a mauvey pink shade, and I'm going to put that in my crease, and I am going to use a brush from the Sleek palette, or sorry, from the Sleek brush set. It's just like a small, it's kind of like a pencil shading brush, but a little bit fluffier. So let's see how this goes. I might default to my personal brushes if I'm having trouble. Alright, so the pigmentation of this particular shade isn't mind-blowing. However, it does build quite nicely, and I like the shade. This brush, not going to be any good for actually blending. It's not, it's a bit too stiff. I like it for laying colour down in the crease. This is a Hakuhodo B142. I'm just going to use this to blend out the edges. I'm satisfied. I'm going to go in with the shade Brave, which is this plum colour here. It's got a little bit of shimmer. I like shimmer. I am going to take that Sleek sort of pencil brush, and I'm going to pack the product into my outer corner and take it a little bit up into my crease. Oh. Okay. Alright. Mayday. Not sure if it's a brush or if it's the eyeshadow. I'm going to grab another brush and give it a go, because the pigmentation is just, it's not there for me. Pencil brush, this is a Morphe E18, so let's give this a go. Back to the Hakuhodo B142, and I'm just gonna try and blend this out. I want to take this shade, Buff, and pop it all over the eyelid. I actually swatched this palette last night and I sealed this shade with the oil on my fingers. So that's a stupid thing that I did, but we'll see if we can get it to work. This is the shader brush from the Sleek brush set. I don't hate it. Very functional. This Buff shade definitely needs building, but once you get it there, it's quite pretty. For my lower lash line, I think I'll just take the shade Bold, which is just, it's a matte mid-tone brown. I'm going to use this brush, which is a double-ended brush in the Sleek set. There is an angled end, which you can see there, and then there is a flat end. I'm going to try and play with this flat end and, I don't know, see what I can do with it. It might actually be good for the brows, but today we're using it for the eyes. Ooh, I like it. It's actually really nice. The shade is nice too. Seems to have pretty decent pigmentation when you pick it up with a little brush like this. Inner corner, I'm going to take the shade Babe, and this is actually a lip brush in the Sleek brush set. So just a little bit in the inner corner. Ooh, you pretty. Alright, I'm going to move on to contouring and bronzing. I have here an e.l.f. palette. This is the contour palette in, it doesn't have a shade name, so I'm assuming it is like a universal kind of deal. I'm going to do some contouring with this. That looks, wait, is it that one? It looks way too dark for me. And then we've got some highlighting shades, a goodbye box. I'm going to try this shade. Now, I'm not going to use any of the sleek brushes because I don't want to risk it, basically. I'm actually going to use a Hakuhodo brush. This is the S110. I really like this for contouring, bronzing, all that jazz. Cheaper alternative, Morphe R10. Quite similar. I don't know, this might actually be too light for me, but give it a go. Oh, look at that. Doesn't even touch the sides. Oh, actually, maybe. I want to play with this from Sleek. It is the Face Form Contouring and Blush Palette in Light. There goes my mirror. I'm wondering if this shade might be okay to bronze with. We will see. We'll find out the hard way. Okay, my camera just stopped recording. But it works. It works as a bronzer, which is great. Blush. Here we go. This is the Balm Springs blush. Gorgeous, gorgeous shade. I am going to use another one of the Sleek brushes. Let's give it a go. I don't know how pigmented this is going to be. I'm scared. Using a new blush always scares the shit out of me. I don't hate it. I don't adore the brush for applying blush, but it gets the job done. I love the blush color. Highlight. I'm actually going to try out this. This is a Barry M Cosmic Lights palette. Oh, that's so clever. Alright, so these are creams. I don't really want to use the creams. But they're actually like, they've got protective plastic over them. I want to use the powder highlights, particularly this blue one. I am going to use a beloved brush of mine, Hakuhodo again. It's a B5521. You know what? They should take that shade, this one, and they should package that individually because it's really, really nice. The formula is actually beautiful. I really, really reckon Barry M should have taken this palette, gotten rid of all of the creams and filled it with like this formula over 6 pans, different shades, would have been fucking killer. I am going to attempt to do wing liner on camera with my trusty little hand mirror, which is probably going to be a disaster because I naturally have shaky hands, and when I do wing liner I like to rest my arms on something. But we're going to give it a go. This is a little sample or travel size, whatever, of the Kat Von D tattoo liner. This was sent to me by a viewer of Beauty News, and I recently finished up my Maybelline Hyper Sharp wing liner, so I have been using this one. How the hell am I going to help you guys to actually see what I'm doing without blocking the view with my mirror? So I have been using this liner over the last couple of weeks, and I don't hate it. I don't think it's like the best on the market. I would most likely prefer to just repurchase a Maybelline one, or if I wanted to, you know, buy a high-end one, I might try a Stila one, which I haven't tried yet. I probably wouldn't repurchase this. However, I'm super glad that it was sent to me because it means I get to try it out. Success. It's done, and it's only done semi-badly. Definitely uneven, but that's fine because that's my face. That's my life. Okay, I'm gonna tight line. I'm using another little sample. This is a Marc Jacobs highliner in Blacker. I love this little pencil. It's the kind of eyeliner that I put on and it doesn't budge. It just stays on all day. I love that. Similar to the NARS ones. Actually, I think there's a few in the NARS range. I had one, I can't remember the exact line, but it was in the shade Via Veneto, and I love that. It just stayed put forever. Didn't like transfer or move around anywhere that I didn't want it. I would definitely repurchase one of them or one of these. But the little samples, they last me months and months because I only use them to tight line my upper eye line. Mascara. This is the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes Mascara. Again, this was sent to me by the same girl who sent me the Kat Von D tattoo liner. So she saw in an episode of Beauty News that I was like freaking out about this gorgeous iridescent packaging, and she treated me. She really spoiled me. I have a product here from e.l.f. No, I don't. This is a brow pencil. On one end there is a spoolie and on the other end there is a fine tip brow product. I think this might actually be okay for me, so I'm gonna give it a go. I don't hate it. It's actually not bad. It's got nice pigmentation. The colour looks to be pretty good for me, which is nice. It goes on easy. I don't mind it. I'm going to set my brows with the Clinique. I think it's called Just Browsing. Is that correct? I don't know. My packaging, it's all worn off, and it's in the shade Blonde. I'm going to start prepping my lashes. This is just, it's a little tool. I've purchased it off eBay, and you're meant to be able to use it to basically apply lashes to your lash line. I don't like to use it for that purpose. What I do like to do is, how am I going to show you this? I don't know if you can see there, but I've put my eyelashes in there so it holds my eyelashes. Take my lash glue. This is from the brand Dup, I think it's pronounced. I bought it in Japan. I really like it. It's good stuff. And then I just sort of brush this on the band. And essentially what I can now do is take the lashes, sit them down so that the lash glue has a little bit of time to set. And in the meantime, I can do something else, like apply bottom lash mascara from Clinique. Got my lashes. There you go. Can you see them? There we are. They're just lash tweezers from Model Rock. I really like these. And we're gonna stick them on. Again, something that I find really difficult to do without like a standing mirror. Let's finish with a lip product I have from The Balm. This is Meet Matte Hues in the shade Brilliant. I had some of these. I'm wondering if I actually decluttered them because I couldn't find them. I do remember this formula being particularly drying. However, it's been a couple of years since I've used them, so I'm totally willing to give it another go. Smells so good. They smell almost like chocolate mint. Alright, I'm done. I'm gonna get up close and see if I can show you what's going on with my forehead. And then I'm gonna come back at the end of the day and let you know what I think of all of the things that are going on with my face. Let you know how that foundation held up and eyeshadow, how this feels. Alright, so foundation close up in general. You can see like it hasn't really covered around my nose well. I've got a little like, I suppose that's a spot coming up. Great. So it's not covering very well. It's not sitting on my face very nicely. My forehead, sorry for the wobbly camera. Let's see if I can get that to focus. This is odd. I don't usually get this. And yeah, I don't know. Not a fan. Alright, I am back. It is about 11:30 at night. I've had this makeup on for about 9 hours now. So, good test. Everything is disgusting. You can see how shiny I am. You can see that the pore filling primer didn't do much. The foundation is breaking down around my face and sort of wearing off on my spots. I hate this. I hate it when foundations do this. It's also like creasing under my nose. It's so disgusting. Like, this makes me look aged and gross, and I can't stand it when foundations do that. So the Lancome foundation stick, probably not something that I'm going to continue to use in the future. I might try it out with some other primers, but it's not on the list of things that inspire me to play with, basically. Highlight, I mean, it's still there. It's lasted really well. Blush has stayed on, as has the bronzer, which is great. My forehead still looks terrible. Really sort of dry and gross. Brows, colour's still on there. They're a little bit unruly, but that's what I get for taking my hoodie on and off several times throughout the day. Eyeshadow, wow. I had trouble getting this eyeshadow on, and I don't want to poo-poo the palette, like getting the shadows on, because I did use the the Sleek brushes, and the ones that I used, or the one that I tried to use in the crease, not really suitable for what I was trying to do. So I don't want to like poo-poo it on that front. The vibrancy of the shadows, they haven't creased. It's all there. Like it's lasted so well. I'm definitely going to use that palette again. Really nice colors, and keen to see what else I can do with it. The concealer, I like the concealer. I did jack up, which eye was it? It was this one. When I got a bit of primer in there and tried to wipe it away, I never even bothered fixing it. So that looks a bit shitty, but otherwise it's not too bad. It hasn't like creased badly or anything under my eyes, which is great. the lip. So it kind of feels like it's like flaking a little bit, and it's kind of felt that way. Yeah, like that's kind of gross. Can we see that? It's gross. So it's sort of felt heavy and dry all day. I have eaten dinner and this is how it looks. On my little viewfinder, it doesn't look too bad. In person, not really into it. So yeah, I think my top picks out of the products that I used with the eyeshadow palette, the liner and the mascara and all that jazz, you know, I've been using them for a while anyway, so I love them. The highlight, I really like the highlight. The blush, I'm down with the bronzer. I don't mind the eyebrow pencil. I would definitely use that again. Yeah, so not bad. I just think the whole base thing is really letting the team down in this case, because it every time I look in that fucking viewfinder, I'm like, no, take that makeup off. And it feels like I want to take it off too. It's like, yeah, it's just like it's wiping off. So that's really disgusting. I'm gonna go and wash my face. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more of me testing out or just applying makeup to my face, definitely let me know. I'm totally happy to do it every now and then, just play with some new products or even some like old and much loved products. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and I will see you in the next one. Bye.